Good morning. This is Al Otero, the president of the Global Trade Chamber. I want to welcome you to our incredible series of informative webinars, seminars, and presentations on key topics that are going to help you succeed in business, grow, learn, and expand to new markets. This is brought to you by the Global Trade Chamber and also by the 100 Successful Women in Business Network, which is a global organization for amazing women. This event today is brought to you by one of the finest educational universities in the planet, which is G Mendez University, which is based in Puerto Rico. It is a sponsor of many of our activities, and they have students not only in Puerto Rico, but in the United States and are looking to expand to new markets all the time. And our representative for the G Mendez University is a very special friend of ours that has done a tremendous job in helping the university to expand on a global scale and has opened many doors for the university. The amazing Syndia Nazario, welcome to our seminar today.
Good morning, Al. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you. We're finally doing some things in person live, which is quite an experience after all these years. Feels like years, right?
That's wonderful. We have to get back to our new normal.
Yes, yes. And thanks to several of your webinars, you have helped people get and stay aware of what's going on in the world in this digital era, which is a whole new way of doing business for people, right, Cynthia?
Definitely. And we all have to understand that we're not going back to how we were doing business. The world needs to understand that this virtual environment will continue. But I'm glad and I'm happy to know that you're starting to do things on site,
Yes.
and we'll be able to also do networking and whatnot. So that's wonderful. Wonderful to hear.
Yes. A very important part of today's world is education, because if you're not aware of what's going on, how to manage and how to deal with the learning process, whether it's for your business or your children, you really are going to be lost in the planet. I mean, this is not easy for any of us trying to learn how to navigate this digital world. And Ana Jimenez has shown some incredible seminars on that topic, both in Spanish and in English. So I wanted the audience to learn a little bit more about Ana Mendez. Can you tell us about your fantastic university?
Of course, of course. Ana Mendez University, it is the leading private nonprofit institution of higher education in the island of Puerto Rico. It has a story of or history of 73 years providing excellence in education services in the island, serving close to 28,000 students in the island and students outside of Puerto Rico for a total of 35,000 students approximately. Our institution started with 19 students as the Puerto Rican Junior College, and it was founded by a visionary a person, a great woman that was an educator. Her name was Ana G Mendez, of course, and she wanted to serve the community very early on and provide opportunities for education to people that didn't have that opportunity, and they were coming back from the war. So Ana G Mendez developed this Puerto Rican Junior College with 19 students. Today, it had expanded. It has 4 main campuses in the island, 10 different locations around the island. And in 2003, we expanded to the continental US in Orlando. And today we have 4 campuses outside of Puerto Rico, 3 in Florida, Orlando, Tampa, and Miami Lakes. and we also have another campus in Dallas, Texas. Our campuses are all accredited by Middle States Commission on Higher Education. We're very proud of that. So any degrees that the students or whoever decides to study in our institution, it's recognized anywhere in the world,
Wow.
because not only in Puerto Rico, a lot of people don't know, but Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Yes, it
So
is.
yes, it is. So degrees taken in Puerto Rico and in any of our campuses in the States are accredited and are recognized. Many of our programs are also, or most of our programs have their own professional accreditation. And it's important to mention that our institution, understanding the importance of, uh, of being bilingual in this global
Yes.
market, it decided to develop a very unique model um, called the discipline-based um, dual language immersion model, to provide an opportunity to people that wanted to become bilingual to be able to complete an academic degree while learning and refining a second language. So those academic programs are taught in Spanish and in English, and we alternate the language in the classroom to help students not only learn the content of whatever degree they're taking, but also learn a language. Okay, it could be English or Spanish. Last year, we decided also to expand um, our programs to be able to provide academic degrees only in Spanish and or English. So we have the three different models: bilingual,
Yes.
Spanish only, or English only. And that's something that we're very happy, because it will allow people to decide, which track they want to study. And another thing that it's important to know about our institution is that um, we have a menu of over 300 programs, academic programs, from certificates all the way to doctorate degrees. And it provides an opportunity for people to start at a very low end with a certificate, and then continue with the ladder, academic ladder, to a doctorate degree if that's what they desire.
Yeah, it's a very important thing for people to understand that because of the internet, you're now offering your courses online, and you really must have students all over the world because
All over the world.
all your
Exactly.
alumni have gone all over the world. I assume in the past 70 years, you have a unique position in education, which most universities are local, and even if it's a major university, it's still catering to the local community. But you have helped students probably in almost nations because a lot of your students have gone to other parts of Europe, to Asia, I'm sure. So your
Of course.
alumni are continuing to take education courses, but they can also validate their degrees, right?
Exactly. We have experts at our institution that evaluate the courses and the degrees, and they, instead of the students starting from scratch, they either continue to a higher degree. If they came with a bachelor's degree, they continue with a master's degree. We
Mhm.
recognize degrees from anywhere around the world if it's an institution that it's accredited.
That's
And
incredible.
as I said, we do the evaluation in-house, so that will save people around $1,500 that cost just to evaluate and translate and do all that evaluation. So we're very happy
It's great.
that we're able to do that. We have experts, and as you mentioned, we have a university. One of our campuses is an online campus, and
Yes, yes.
throughout the 73 years, we have around 120,000 people that have graduated from our institution. We're very, very
That's
pleased and very
amazing.
happy.
Yeah,
I
we're very
wanted
proud
to
of you.
mention the phone number of whoever wants, more information about our institution. They can call 787-751-1403, 787-751-1403, or they can visit our website, www.uagm.edu. And there they can request additional information. We can set up a individual orientation session, and also for those people that are watching that are owners of business, just know that with, our institution is also available to develop specific programs that are geared towards the needs, to meet the needs of any institution or organization out there.
That's amazing. We've been following you, and you've been a part of the Global Trade Chamber for several years now. But the fact that you are a bilingual organization, it's unique because you cater to most of the people in the globe. The two main languages around the world are Spanish and English. So
Yes,
you
sir.
provide a huge service. The other thing that comes to mind is that I, for example, we have a delegation coming Monday from Bangladesh, from the government. And a lot of the questions that we get from other parts of the world is how do we penetrate the Hispanic market, which is a massive market.
It
So
is.
they need to have people speaking Spanish in their organizations, whether it's from Bangladesh, from Asia. So your services enable them to at least be equipped to explore doing business in other markets. Because if you're calling Peru or Colombia and you don't have a staff member that speaks Spanish, it's going to be very difficult. And even if they speak some English in the country, Cynthia, you know this, they feel more comfortable speaking to somebody that actually speaks the language.
Of course. And not only the language, the culture.
The
And
culture is massive. Yeah.
that's important. And we have students in our campuses in the U.S., continental U.S., that are from many different countries, over 35 countries. So that cultural
Wow.
component, the institution understand as well. So we have developed in the past programs to teach either Spanish or English based using the content or of the business. So that's something that
Right.
the institution can also develop.
Well, this is an ongoing conversation we're going to have with Anna G. Mendez, because they need to understand the tools that they have through Energy Mendes to explore and penetrate new markets. Like Cynthia said, it's not only the language, it's also the culture. If you don't know how to work with somebody in one Hispanic country, forget the
Exactly.
rest because each is a different culture. Even
Yes,
in the United States, you can work with Hispanics in Texas or Hispanics in Florida, and they all have different ways of doing business. So the education and the cultural side is huge. So we appreciate you and Energy Mendez. Congratulations on being a
thank
recipient
you.
of the 100 Successful Women Award. Again,
Thank you.
Ms. Cynthia, for being such a great leader. And we will continue presenting all of your programs to the audience in the future. This will be broadcast again and placed in all of our social media so people will always reference this great information. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for your
Well,
time.
thank you and good luck. Bye bye.
Thank you. Awesome. Excellent. Well, thank you to Energy Mendez. We wanted to start our amazing seminar on how to network in a digital era. We are here to give you information all the time, but if you're not equipped and prepared to connect and build relationships with people across the globe digitally and network with them properly, you're not going to succeed. So, we're going to do a presentation and we're going to share some slides and information and personal tips with you to help you succeed in a digital area. So, Maria, let's start the presentation. Maria, can we start the presentation? Okay, we're going to start our presentation today. Give you some incredible tips and information to help you succeed. And okay, your network determines your net worth. Connecting is about your attitude, your personality, your ability to engage, and your willingness to give value first. Those are very important things to remember while you are preparing to network and build your relationships around the globe. As you transition from face to face and in person business activities to more virtual and digital prospecting and meetings, you need a plan and a strategy to effectively navigate this new online world. Keep in mind that at any given moment, you're only one connection away from your next prospect, your next sale, your next job, or even your next fortune. Remember, for you to succeed in this digital world, you must first understand that the basic principles about networking and building relationships are the same as in person or online. So the basic principles and techniques do not change from online to in person networking. Successful networking is building long term relationships based on trust and for mutual benefit. This is the most important part of networking. It is building a long term relationship with people that are like minded, that there is a common thread where you actually have mutual benefit. So, this is the most important thing you can remember from this seminar. In today's business environment, the most effective and lowest cost way to meet prospects is by networking. Very simple. That's always been and it will always be. Why do we network? To succeed personally and professionally, to build mutual beneficial long term relationships resulting in prospects, clients, and referral sources. This is very important. That is a mutually beneficial relationship. We connect with people that will grow our network. That is so key because you are not going to be able to reach as many people on your own as the connections of your network. So they will multiply the ability for you to grow your network. You will enhance and enrich your life personally and financially. You network to find money to fund the project. This is very important. A lot of people have ideas, they have dreams. To find money to fund the project, as I said, is very, very important. People have projects, businesses they want to start, they want to meet powerful, influential people. They need to be known in the community and build your reputation. You find money, as I said, is a priority because you cannot start a business without finding money, without funding. This is huge. So, this is a major part of you starting any business or any project. You need to meet powerful and influential people. This is absolutely essential. The more people you know, the more they're going to be able to open doors for you and connect you. And we have a lot of testimonies and stories about how people have opened the doors for other people because of the people they knew. We at the Global Trade Chamber talked a few months ago about creating a book, a fantastic book to help women across the globe. And we started calling our network and the people that we knew. And when we contacted some of the people because of the relationships we had with those people, they immediately got behind our idea and the book. So now we're getting ready to launch the book this month, but we did not have any experience on creating a book and launching it. So our network enabled us to make it possible with help from professionals and people in the industry that are going to make this book a huge success. That is the power of networking. We have another testimony where we had a member that had a court case coming up, and the lawyer was not doing a great job, and they didn't know if they could even win the case. So we connected to one of our partners in our network, or one of our friends. There was a judge, and that judge gave advice to the person in need, connected them to an excellent lawyer, and because of that, now they have a fantastic chance of succeeding with the case. But it's relationships, people that have been in a network for years, and when we call them, they're going to be open to helping. You network to move up in your company if you work for a company, because if you're not connected in your company, just like any other business, you cannot move and get promotions and be recognized. So you have to build relationships in your company as well with people that you work with, bring value to your company, and your supervisors and managers and sometimes even the owners are going to see your worth, but you build a relationship. You show them that you're there to help, that you're going to do more than they expect. But network within your company, because that will help you move up in the company. You network to find a job. We have many cases of people that were looking for work and they called us, and we referred them to somebody that opened the door for them and gave them a job. Why? Because of the connection. Today, it is very difficult to get a job simply by placing your resume on the internet. It's not enough because every company gets hundreds of resumes. So most of the jobs are actually acquired through a second or third connection in our network of friends and associates. So it is extremely important that you learn how to build a network for the future. I tell students all the time in college, start building relationships with companies now. Send them your resume, go to events, network with people that are going to be able to at least talk to you when you graduate from college and give you the opportunity to possibly get a job. But if you're not doing that, even at the college or high school level, it's going to be a lot harder to find a job in the future. So this is extremely important to build your networking techniques and skills before you go into the workplace. And you want to find mentors. This is so important because no matter what you do, you have to be always learning. I'm meeting people all the time that are great leaders, great at their industry, top industry leaders around the globe that I learn from every day because there's no way I'm ever going to learn everything I need to know. So, mentor is an extremely important part of what is going to help you succeed. So you are going to be mentored by people through your network. Very important that you build a networking with mentors. Now, to be an effective networker, you have got to have traits. You have got to have skills. You have got to have several things that are going to make you an effective networker. First thing you do, and I've seen this for many times, I've been networking most of my adult life. So I've seen it all. Most people, when they go to a networking event, whether or you meet somebody online, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm going to call you. I'm going to follow up. I'm going to send this to you." A lot of people don't do that. Even people in sales, they tell me, "Oh, I'm going to send you information about the product or the car," and I never hear from them. So you need to follow up. That is extremely important. You have got to follow up. So if somebody introduces you to somebody and said this person could help you, don't ignore it and don't wait, oh, a month later, oh, I forgot to call this person. You have got to have a follow up system and be religious about the follow up. That is crucial. If you tell somebody you're going to call them the next day at 3, call them the next day at 3, not a week later. So you have got to follow up. You have to find a reason why you're going to be beneficial to each other. Simple. You cannot have a successful relationship unless it is mutually beneficial for both parties. It doesn't exist. If you're in sales, if you're building something, if you're growing your brand, unless the other person has a benefit and you have a benefit, there's no relationship. So do not waste a lot of time with people that there's no mutual benefit to the relationship. Extremely important. If you're selling me a product, I want to be sure the product does what I need. Very important. But also, I'm going to benefit them by purchasing the product. And if I'm happy, I'm going to refer other people to them. Very important. Very important. So remember, you have to build mutually beneficial relationships. The next thing is your attitude. You have got to have a positive attitude. If you don't have a positive attitude, people are not going to want to be around you. There are people every day complaining, whining, the weather, the COVID, the economy. So those people, instead of attracting people that want to be around them, they're pushing people away because nobody wants to hear people whine and complain. And there's a lot of that around us today, a lot. So you need to be different from everybody else. What are you going to do? You're going to be grumpy and you're going to do your job because you have to do it and you want to just make money? Or do you want to build something that's going to grow? And people are going to come to you all the time for more products or advice or just to be around you because you're such a positive influence in their life. What is important to you? Build relationships. You have to be friendly, enthusiastic. You have to have energy. Energy is crucial. If it wasn't for coffee, we'd all be sleeping. So energy is extremely important. You have to be friendly because you go to a lot of networking events and people are just standing around waiting for somebody to come up to them and say something. Horrible. You even go to business expos and the people are sitting in the booths on their cell phone, and I see this all the time. And they wonder why the business is not growing. So you have to be outgoing, friendly, enthusiastic. Whenever I go to an event, I go to people, I say, hello, what's your name? Tell me about your business. But they should be approaching me because I'm the one that's walking around looking at all the products and services from the expo. So you have got to change the way that you act and the way that you behave. Another problem with finding people today in sales is they're not trustworthy. They do not keep their word. They promise more than they deliver. And that is a horrible way to grow and build a long term relationship with somebody that's going to come back to you all the time. You have to be trustworthy. You have to be able to enable people to say, wow, I can trust this person. Their word is their bond. So unless you do what you say, over deliver and under promise, you're not going to succeed. You'll be looking all the time for new clients because the last ones you burn and they're not coming back. So trust is number one as a foundation for anything you do in business. The next thing is we have a lot of people that in sales or trying to present an idea to you oversell. I've had people that are trying to sell me something. I already like the product and I already mentally bought the product. But the salesperson tries to oversell all the time. So they keep talking and talking, and I'm trying to tell them, okay, I'm going to buy. Oh, and they keep telling me the benefits. So they're killing the deal. So listen more than you talk. That is absolutely essential when you network. When you're in any business relationship, learn to listen. We have two ears and one mouth because we should be listening twice as much as we talk. So please do not talk too much. Listen and learn. Because if you don't know what they're looking for, how are you going to be able to meet their needs? So if you're able to meet their needs, it's because you listen. So be a good listener. The person is always networking. You have got to be networking 24/7. When I was in um, Boston, a lot of elevators. Almost everywhere you went, you had to go in an elevator. So the problem with that is that people just stand there looking at the ceiling or the floor. And some of these buildings are tall. Every time I got into an elevator, I smiled. I said, "How's everybody?" I always try to strike up a conversation. And where are they going to go? They have nowhere to go. So I would learn what they do. I would be networking constantly. I'm in a bus stop. I'm in a store even. I talk to the salespeople. I talk to the people in the store that are shopping and ask them what they think of the product. I am constantly networking because if you're not constantly networking, people are not going to come to you and look for you and build a relationship that can eventually turn into a business. So always be networking. One thing that a lot of people don't do is they don't thank other people for the time. So if I'm talking to you, taking 5 minutes of your time, learning about your business, and then I say, okay, bye, it's not enough. You thank him for the time. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. Always thank people. Be grateful for the time and let them know that you were grateful that they were able to spend time with you. You have to enjoy helping others because networking is about helping people. You're not there to help yourself. Getting a business deal or selling a product is simply a byproduct of you doing a great job for that person. So you're not there to sell, you're there to build a relationship and earn their business and their trust. That's how you have to turn things around. People are always trying to sell, and then it doesn't work that way anymore. Those days are gone. You enjoy helping others. You have to enjoy helping people, and that will make you very successful for a very long time. You have to be sincere. Don't fake anything. If you're not sure about something, don't say anything or say, I'm going to find out. So, sincerity is extremely important. And you have to work your network. You have to be contacting them, asking them for referrals. So, working your network is crucial to success. Be confident when you go into an activity, whether it's online or whether you're going to in person activities, which are beginning to start. Be confident. Walk into the room like you own the room. So you're not there to be arrogant. You're there to show that you know what you're doing, you know why you're there, and you're an expert in your field. Be confident. Be determined. You have got to have a plan. You say, I'm going to meet people that are going to possibly be clients. I'm going to build relationship with the right people. So you have to be determined that this is what you're going to do every time you do something. Your positive attitude, I can't say that enough, is absolutely crucial to your success. Now, how you dress does make an impact and a difference. And I've been practicing networking for a long time. And I know that based on the environment and the situation, you have to dress appropriate. I've gone to events where there are blue collar workers, and when you come in a suit and a tie, it's not always the best idea. You need to be maybe in a polo shirt, a sport coat. So dress for the occasion. Make sure you're well shaved no matter what occasion it is. Make sure you have a nice perfume or cologne. You have got to dress for success. So, based on the environment, the occasion, make sure that you dress properly. Because if you're online, they're still going to see your image. Image is everything. Smile. If you're not smiling to people, they're not going to smile back, which means you're not opening the eyes and making them feel comfortable enough to smile. So the first thing I always do when I meet somebody, smile, and it's contagious. So they smile back. So I know that there's an opportunity to meet these people and share some ideas. So smile is very important. A lot of people are grumpy. I'm telling you. We go to events, people are just sitting there. I don't know why they are there. They're wasting the company's money. They just sit there, grumpy, looking at the cell phone, or you go up to them and they give you a look like, why are you bothering me when you're a potential client? So smile, be rested, be relaxed, just like anything you do in life. Whether you play sport, whatever you do, you have got to prepare. So the night before you go to an event, make sure that you had a good night's sleep because you're going to need that energy, enthusiasm. You go in looking great, smelling good, and a big smile is contagious. People will want to be around you. So be very professional too. No matter what environment you're in, be careful how you talk, be careful how you act, because no matter what environment, if you are a professional, then they're going to want to be around you and learn from you what makes you a professional. One of the most important things in business today is knowledge. Knowledge is power. So if you are in an industry, whether it's printing, whether it's car sales, computers, these people today are so educated. People have the internet, they read, they learn a lot about your product and service. And unless you are very well educated and up to date on your product or service, you're going to look horrible when they give you some piece of information that you didn't know because they're more up to date. So whenever you meet with somebody, make them feel that you are the person that's an expert in your industry and you're going to solve their needs or their wants for their business or personal use. So you have got to be an expert, and it's only done through constant knowledge. Read, talk to other people in the industry, see what the competition's doing, be the best at what you do. Build a solid reputation. Many times people come and ask me, what do you think of this person? Would you do business with this person? Constantly, we get those types of calls at the chamber. And what happens? I have to be honest. I will tell them I have never worked with that person, so I can't tell you their reputation or how good they are. But the people that I do know, they are excellent and always keep their word, their promises, and they deliver, and customers love them. I go out of my way to refer them to other people. That is all reputation. You have got to have a reputation that people will want to tell other people about your company, you, and the integrity that you have. So that's the most basic thing about you as a person is your reputation and your integrity. Because the only thing you have in life is that your name, your reputation. Because no matter what company you go with, it's not the product of the company. 90% of the time, they're going to do business because of who you are, not the product that you're selling. I could go to a Porsche dealer, a Mercedes, or a Chevrolet dealer, and I'm not going to buy the car because of the car. I'm going to buy the car because of the salesperson making it valuable for me. And that is how I always buy things. What is this person going to do for me? How's the service and the follow up going to be? Because I can buy any car, but it doesn't mean anything if the service that is not there and the support of the person I'm working with is not going to stand up and help me when I need help. And I experienced that in a lot of things. So be very careful about your reputation, honesty, ethics, values. You have to be dependable. If somebody expects you to be somewhere at 12 o'clock for a meeting or presentation and you're not there at 12 o'clock, if you show up at 12:30 or you call and you say, oh, I'm running late, I'm in traffic, you already killed half of the opportunity to do business with that client. You have to be reliable and dependable. It is absolutely crucial. If you say you're going to deliver a product that Friday with all these features and benefits and everything's going to be working, and it gets there Friday and some of the things are missing, you blew it. Because now these people know they cannot depend or trust you. So you don't want that in business. Next thing is your professionalism. Always act and behave like a professional because that's how people want to do business with professionals. They don't want people that are just trying to sell you something and are not going to give you what you need. You have to be generous. Always see how the client or the other person in a business relationship is going to benefit from what you do. Always think of them first because if they're happy, guess what? They're going to come back. They're going to buy more, upgrade your product or service, and send your referrals. That's just a natural reaction to doing a fantastic job. So be absolutely 100% focused on the future of this relationship, not the short term. So be generous. And another thing that you going to do that's going to help you with your company, if you're starting a new company, if you have a tax service, whatever service you have or product, you have to be in the community. People have to know you. The other day, I was looking for a plumber to fix something, and I could not find somebody that I knew was going to do a good job. So if people are not building that relationship with you and following up with you, they're not going to know who you are. You're just going to another number in the phone book, and people have very uh, hesitant to call somebody they don't know. I am. So a lot of the people that I do business with, either they were referred to me by somebody else, or I did business with them in the past, and I was very happy. So be involved in the community, serve, and that will help you build a reputation in the community. You have to have objectives. Whatever you do, you have to have goals, you have to have a plan, objectives. And the first thing that you need to do is build rapport when you meet somebody, whether it's online or in person. Develop mutual trust, build rapport, genuine interest in what others have to say. When you meet somebody, the first thing you need to do is say, "Hi, I'm Al. What is your name?" So you ask him immediately their name, and people love to hear the name, right? What is your name? The next thing you ask him is, "Tell me about your business. What does your company do?" And then you say, "This is fantastic. I'm sure there's ways that I can help promote your product or service to my network because I think it's a very needed product or service." So already in the first 30 seconds, I have asked them their name, I asked them what they do, and I suggested that I can possibly help their business by introducing them to my network. At this point, they don't know who I am, maybe my name, but they're not there listening to what I have to sell. They're not there to listen to what I'm trying to push on them. The last thing they find out is what I do. But once I build a relationship, build a trust, listen to what they have to say about their company, that's when I bring my information out. And they usually they ask me, "Oh, what does your company do? What do you do?" But I don't tell them what I do. I ask them what they do, and then usually they ask me what I do, and then it opens the door. But I'm not selling anything. I'm just, "Oh, here's my card. This is what my organization does." And I'm going to set up a time to follow up with them to see how we can help each other. So that's how my conversations usually go. No more than a few minutes because you don't want to do a lot of small talk in a business environment, whether you're online or in person. People don't want to waste their time. They want to know what you have and how you can help them with what you offer. But more important is they want to know what you to know to what they do in their products or services, so maybe you can use them too. So always turn it around that you ask them first about their company, about themselves, and find mutual ground where you can help them grow or introduce them to other people. Now, you ask them, "How can I help you grow your business? This is a great product or service." And they're going to tell you, and they love to talk about themselves and their companies. Very important. Always keep your word. I can't say that enough. Minimize the small talk. Do not waste time because you could be talking to people that have absolutely no need for your product or service, or vice versa. There's no way that you can help them. So don't waste time with people that don't have a mutual benefit. Always tell the truth. Don't try to tell people something that's not true or that you're not going to do. You're just killing the relationship, so don't waste your time. Thank you for the time, and definitely schedule a follow-up time. So the most important thing is the follow-up. So I'm going to call you. Maybe we can have coffee, share ideas how we can help grow each other's business. That's it. And put a time and a date for that follow-up. Because if you don't have a definite follow-up commitment, then you get nothing. And then make sure that you do follow up and make that follow up contact. It could be sending them information. So, "Oh, I have a great article about your industry that I'm going to send to you on Tuesday. Do it. Now, if you have questions, please put them on the chat and we will answer them as we go. There are many networking opportunities in person or online, and a lot of the things that we did before are online now. So you can do both, and more activities are beginning to happen in person, which is great. So it's a good combination. We're never going back to where we were before, strictly online or strictly in person. So it's a combination now that you have things in person and things online. I've already gone to some events local and I've gone to some events in other cities, so it is opening up. Chambers of commerce are great because you're going to meet people that are in business that are looking to work with each other, and it's available online or it's available in person. More chambers are opening up their events. Very important that you go to them. Many, you don't have to be a member to go to a chamber event because they want to open it to the public so they can meet other business people that are members of the chamber. There's a lot of business groups, business networking groups, business associations that are not chambers, but they're people in business that do have groups where they meet on a regular basis. Very important. If you're involved in any type of product and you're looking to expand it possibly to other markets, there's a thing called trade missions. Those trade missions are when people come from other countries in the beginning to pick up again to find products or service that they can take to their country. And you, if you're in manufacturing, if you're in a service industry, because a lot of people do offer the services to other markets and countries, the trade missions are fantastic. And they're all over the world, and they're also online. Whether the state, the federal government, local chambers, or the Global Trade Chamber, us, we have a trade mission coming Monday from Bangladesh with some government officials to tell people how to do business with Bangladesh. So it's a fantastic opportunity. And in the event, you'll also have the opportunity to network with other people. There's a lot of international conferences and conventions. There's a big event coming up in September in Dubai, a big business conference. So there's activities all the time in person and online where you can meet and network and learn about other companies and how to do business in other countries. Very important. There's trade shows which are beginning to happen now again. I was in a franchise expo in Orlando a few weeks ago. A lot of people. So very exciting to see the trade shows are coming back. The local, the national, and international. There's also international publications now where you can promote your product or service to a global audience. How important is that? Before, we would have to travel or get on the telephone to connect and present your product or service to other markets. So very important, very important. Uh, Consulate events, uh, online networking is extremely important. We have the biggest tool for networking for business people today is called LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the number one tool on the planet to connect with business people, with leaders, to offer or look for a product or service. Extremely important. And we've been using LinkedIn here at the Chamber for many years. And our network is probably right now over 27,000 connections around the globe. Leaders, government officials, a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn. So make sure that you create an effective LinkedIn profile and start using it, connecting. When you have 27,000 contacts and connections on your network, it's fantastic. Facebook is a good vehicle to promote a product or an event or meet some people, but it is more focused on social than business. But it is a good place to advertise and promote your product or service. There's also Instagram, blogs, there are business directories online, etc. The biggest thing that I'm going to tell you right now is to love what you do. I've been doing this for over 40 years and I would not do anything else. I have been networking with ambassadors, with presidents of countries, with mayors, with business people, new startups from all over the world. I've traveled to many countries with my team. We have done conferences, seminars, and it's a passion that you have because it's contagious. Your passion is contagious. So if you're excited, if you're on fire for what you do and you want to help people and you want to connect with people, you will succeed. Passion will drive you to heights that you never imagined before. And now with the digital world, it is much easier to connect and open doors and opportunities around the world than it has ever been before. But you have to love what you do because people sense that you are not doing any more than a job and they don't want to do business with you. People want to see that you like what you do, you enjoy it, and you're going to do a great job. Every day I'm great. This is my attitude. I get up, I'm going to have a great day, and I won't let a bad day affect my attitude. And that's why I continue to grow and develop relationships all over the world. And we have more now than we ever had before because we're forced to go online and open new opportunities. But it's your mindset when you start your day that's going to carry you through the whole day. You get up thinking, oh, do I want to get out of bed? It's raining. No, I'm going to get up. I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to make somebody smile today. And you will have a very positive impact on your network, but also build your networking, grow your business. Trust is huge. Today, the biggest thing we find is people don't know who to trust. I have this problem every time I look to buy a product or service, and people call us all the time for referrals. Who do you recommend? Who do you recommend as an attorney, as an accountant? Who do you recommend I can buy a car from? Who do you recommend to do my roof? Who do you recommend to help us open other markets? So trust is everything. You have got to build a solid reputation so people seek you out for your knowledge and for your reputation. We've been interviewed on national television, we've been interviewed on radio, we've been recognized by governments, and we've been doing this for over 13 years, helping people by giving them information and being there for them. So people can trust us, but your company needs to be the same. Whether you're one person company or 100 employees, they all have to build the trust of your company and your brand with the client, and they're going to seek you out. That's the point that you want to be at, that people call you and look for you instead of you being looking for them. There's 5 areas that you must develop to be a top producer. Prospecting. Prospecting is the key of finding clients. And there's a whole course that we have available for that on prospecting. So that's the first thing that you need to think about is how to prospect properly. The second thing is you need to build a relationship. Without a relationship with a person that can be your potential client or referral source, you have nothing. It has to be the base of every relationship is trust. So build a relationship based on trust, and you will have clients and referral uh, sources for many years to come. You have to deliver solutions. That's the third thing that you need to do. If the client has a need, you have to solve their need with a solution. It's as simple as that. That is what a transaction is. That is what sales is. Delivering solutions to the client that are reasonably priced, that answer their need, and you're going to be there to support it afterwards. That's it. That's all sales is. It's not a product or a service. It is how you present it and deliver and follow up. So solutions. You have got to follow up. I've experienced this so many times in my life. I have purchased something like a car, and obviously there's things that I'm not going to know about the car or the warranty or the service because I don't remember everything that they tell you when they're selling you. And the problem is that people, after they sell you, many don't follow up to see how you are, how your product is, how happy you are. Once you sold the client, it's only half the job. The other half is following up to make sure they're happy, they got everything they wanted. Why? So they come back and buy more things from yours and somebody else as a referral to buy something from you. So follow up is absolutely essential for you to build a long term relationship with people that are going to be clients for years. And this we've seen through COVID. The companies that have built a reputation of solid, loyal clients through COVID, they never left. They were working digital, but they already earned the trust of those clients that they were not going anywhere. And they stuck with them, and now they're back, and everything is based on you doing effective follow up. People are afraid of what the client's going to say about the product after they buy it. So they don't call them. And now they lost that client for the future. He's never going to refer anybody to you. And the biggest growth area right now on the planet, without a question, is cross cultural sales. We have all been in our own little worlds, in our own little niche markets, in our own areas or regions, in our own communities. But that has changed in the past 12, 14 months dramatically because of the internet and digital marketing. We're able to cross sell to different markets and countries and people different products that we would never have reached before. So we were forced in many ways to open new markets we never explored because obviously people get comfortable. People are there and they get comfortable and they don't want to explore new markets or new cultures. Now people are going beyond those borders. So we now have a loyal following of members, sponsors, and friends around the globe in markets we never had before. So cross-cultural sale is absolutely essential that you learn how to reach new markets, new communities with your product or service because everybody needs something that you have. But unless you know how to work in the different cultures, the different communities, languages, all those things are going to open a whole new world of clients. Over 90% of the world's consumers are outside of the United States. Everybody wants to come to the United States to sell, but they're afraid to go explore new markets around the globe. Completely the opposite. You should be looking for clients around the globe to offer your product or service. Everything can be shipped anywhere in the world all the time now. So that is not a problem anymore. And people come to your country from other countries all the time, moving in, and you need to reach them, but you have to know about their culture to be effective. So the five stages of digital networking is prospecting, building relationships, developing and creating and delivering solutions. You have to sell by building long term relationships with people, and you have got to follow up. If you are not following up, you're dead because they're never going to come back. And every time there's a problem, they're going to go find that product or service somewhere else. Sales is the most important function in any business. Nothing happens without leads, prospecting, and clients. A lot of people open a business, put up a sign, do some advertising, and wait for the clients to come in. It's not that way anymore. Those days are gone. Even doctors, accountants, everybody's out in the community trying to find clients to come to the business. So you have got to change the way that you thought before because this is a new world, a new way of doing business, but it's much better because you now have no borders. You have unlimited opportunities to reach people across the globe with your product or service and build a solid business for the rest of your life. So we're going to close with this. We want to be very grateful for you attending this webinar. And there's a lot more that we're going to be sharing with you over the years and over the weeks to come. But the good news is that we have a lot more to come. So we appreciate you being with us today. Please send us information by email to globaltradechamber.com is our website, www.globaltradechamber.com. Or you can email us at tradecenter@globaltradechamber.com for additional information. And we can send you some tips by email on being an effective networking machine in this digital world. We thank you for your time. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care.